Hey, today I'm going to talk about the 3 big mistakes that make you look like an amateur when you are doing a live from your phone. But I'm also going to show you the quick and easy solution to these problems. So next time when you go live, you will look like a professional. I am Bori. I'm an award-winning brand and portrait photographer, and I help entrepreneurs to create an outstanding online presence so they attract more of their ideal clients. And more clients means more money. So what are these big mistakes I'm talking about? First, having bad lighting. The second, not bothering to frame your frame and frame your shot. And the third one is not looking straight into the camera. So let's see these problems. So the number one problem when we are going live or doing a call, a video call, Zoom call, that we have bad lighting. Most of the time we don't use any artificial light, or we have a large light source from behind us, so that's why the camera can't cope with it and our face is in the dark, we hardly are visible. But if you just turn towards your light source, as I'm doing right now, I'm sitting in front of my huge window. I am about 1.5 meters far from it, and I instantly have a nice and even lighting on my face. And this is one step towards looking professional on a call, on a live. So what if you have a light source on your side? As you can see on my face, this is also not really flattering lighting. You can see most of my wrinkles and skin problems, especially as women, we don't like this. So I wouldn't recommend using a lighting like this. So as you can see, I have a nice and even light on my face right now. I'm facing my huge window. I am sitting maybe about 1.5 meters from my window. However, the blind is nearly entirely closed and I still have enough lighting on my face. If I open them up properly entirely, then I would have huge white spots, hot spots on my face, what we want to avoid again. So if you don't have blinds, use sheer curtains, anything that diffuse the amount of light that is coming from your window, or just go a bit further away. How can you make this look like a bit even more interesting? So yes, I have my Christmas tree behind me, but as you can see, I still have a nice even light on my face, but I have some hair light. So I have a light coming from behind me from an angle. So the way I'm sitting, let me just turn a tiny bit. That's the big window I was facing a couple of minutes ago. And now I'm facing the other direction. I still have another window. So I have some light coming in front of me. So that's why my face is nice and evenly lit. But I have an extra light coming from behind me, and that makes the whole frame more interesting. And these are all just natural light. So I'm not showing you any ring light or any artificial light you could use that make the lighting even look more professional. So let's talk about the framing. What do I mean? How we usually go live, or most people, that they hold their phone and have themselves their head in the middle, in the center of the frame. And this is how they are doing their live. And most of the time, yes, I'm going to mention, but let me just mix those together. So they are looking at themselves as I am doing right now. I'm talking to myself on the screen and not looking into the lens. So this is how most of the time people go live. You see, there is a huge negative space above me. This is how we call it, for nothing. When you are doing a live, you are the main subject. You are the most important part. So you need to fill the frame. So I'm positioning my phone in a way that I am filling the frame, and you can see most part of my body, my upper body. And this is extremely important to frame this like this. So you can turn the grid on your phone, find it in the settings, and that will help you to position your head in the upper third. I don't recommend to crop into your head because that's again a no-no. So the way you can reach this framing, that you have to have the camera of your phone at your eye level. So if I'm touching right now, this is exactly where my eye is. And if I just have the phone straight at my eye level, so I still have a big gap above my head. So for two reasons, you need to tilt the phone towards you. This tilting, the way I'm using at the moment a selfie tripod, so that's why I'm hand-free, and again my hands are free. And again, I highly recommend you to invest in one and use it, because if you are holding your phone in your hand, then it's definitely will be really close. Your body is stiff because you are holding that phone. If you are just taking a big breath, your phone is already a bit wobbling, and this can be all distracting on a live. So have a tripod and position your phone in a way that the camera of your phone is at your eye level, and you need to tilt the phone towards you. The two reasons: first of all, to avoid that big gaps there what you have above your head, and to lessen the distortion of your selfie camera. The front camera, the selfie camera, is a really wide angle camera. Whatever part of you is closer to the phone will look bigger. So if I'm just leaning away, instantly this part of my body looks wider, bigger. And again, as I'm a woman, I wouldn't like that. So I'm sitting up nice and straight, a tiny bit, just adjust my phone. So now the camera of my phone is at my eye level, and it is tilted a tiny bit towards me. And I make sure that however I'm talking about myself and even gesticulating and showing these things, I'm continuously looking into the tiny camera of my phone, because this is the way you can create connection with your audience, because when you are talking, they feel like you are talking to them. And when you have a really important conversation with somebody, you're not looking everywhere and down and yourself, but you are looking straight into their eye. So again, not having our phone low here, not having huge gap above me. Look, I just lowered my phone, tilted a bit away me, and instantly have huge boobs. Wow, yeah, good. I would love that. And also not having it up too high and looking up. It's again, it gives a different impression. You are looking up at somebody, it gives them a feeling. So it's not a really authoritative pose. And when you are looking down at somebody and talking to them like this, even if you frame it well, again, that can be maybe intimidating, and we don't want that either. So let me adjust, making sure that the camera of my phone is at my eye level. It is tilted towards me, so I don't have the big gap. Hands-free, I'm freely gesticulating and do all my best to give you an amazing lesson, amazing tutorial for your next live. Thank you.